What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in today's video I'm going to be installing the inner and outer tie rod ends on my 2005 Chevy Silverado LS Cateye, baby. So I ordered the inner and outer tie rod ends through Amazon. I'll link everything down in the description, and I also ordered the tool to remove the inner tie rod, will be in the description as well. Alright guys, so the parts I ordered are from Detroit Axle, right there. So there's your inner tie rod. There's your other one. You got two outers right here. Your Detroit Axle. Everything will be linked in the description. It's in this box. I never used it, so I'm gonna find out today how to use it. So there you have it, guys. I never used this tool before. Like I said, I'm gonna find out today how to use it, and we'll go from there. And I'll link all the torque specs on the for the castle nut and the nut that goes at the end, inner tie rod ends. I'll put all the specs on the video. Alright guys, so before you move your tie rod end, you gotta remove this, loosen up this bolt right here. You're gonna go clockwise, and put a vice grips right here so this doesn't spin. Alright, so I'm spraying a little bit of WD-40, loosen this up. That's all I got. So spray a little bit of that. I don't know the last time they changed the inner and outer tie rod ends. Alright guys, this nut right here is 19 millimeter, and that's on there real good. So I'm gonna use this mallet and smack this. If you guys want to smack it with the hammer right here, that should pop right out. If not, there's a tool that's like a fork you can put in there, pry in there, and then it'll pop out as well. So I'm gonna try the hammer first and see if that works. Alright guys, I'm gonna smack it with this big boy right here, see if that pops out. If not, you get this tool right here, this fork. You can slide it in here underneath the bushing, or underneath the tie rod end, and hammer it in, and then it should pop right out. But I'm gonna use this method first and then go from there. Looks like it's moving, but it's not moving fast enough for me, so I'll try this right here. That was easy. Came right out. So now what you want to do is count your turns, so when we put the new one in, you know, you can get, like I said, you can get it as close as the original, because you'll still need an alignment. Now you can start counting. You're gonna turn it counterclockwise. So mine was 21 on the driver's side. I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget. Alright guys, so now we gotta remove this clip right here with long nose pliers. And then in the back there's another it's like a metal zip tie that you need to remove as well, because you're gonna end up putting a zip tie anyways to hold it. But let me see if I can get a better view of it. You guys can see this one right here. You're gonna have to put a flat screwdriver underneath there and break that off, and then when you put your new one, you're gonna have to use regular zip ties. I'm gonna get the back one first. Just like that, pop right out. And I don't think this is reusable, so you're gonna have to use a zip tie. Take that off. Now we get to the one in the front. We gotta get this one off. So you get this baby off. Oh, it broke right off. It's all rusted, so that was easy. Now you gotta remove this boot, slide it over, gotta move it back and forth, loosen that baby up. Alright guys, so the inner tie rod right at the back right here, see my finger, I couldn't find they have a thing in the back so you can put your tool in. This one didn't have it, and the reason I couldn't find it because it has a plastic cover over it. So I thought I had the wrong inner tie rod ends at first, and then started moving it around. You can see right here I broke that plastic off, so this plastic comes off. I'm gonna go, let me get underneath so I can show you more. Right here guys, see how it spins around? You gotta crack that open. I mean, I'm gonna have to remove it anyways, but slide it back out. You can see the lines right here. That's where the little tool goes in, so you can unscrew this part. So this plastic cover is gonna come off, and now I can get my tool in here. Alright guys, so what I was talking about right here, I got the little tool. I'm gonna call this a key. I don't know the name of it, but for my truck, this is the size. You guys can see that. Back up a little bit. Right there. All you do is slide it over. Make sure it falls right in. Just like that. And you put the tool over it, and then you can remove it. Alright guys, so I don't know if you guys ever use one of these. I haven't, but it's common sense. When you slide this on the inner tie rod end, this tool right here has slots in it. So that tool is going to go right in just like that. So let's put it on the inner tie rod and get that out. Hopefully you guys can see that. You slide your tool right through the inner tie rod. Make sure you line these up. Alright guys, so I run into a problem with this tool. Everything lines up except for this right here. This bar right here, the stabilizer bar, it's in the way, so I can't get this tool to be straight, so I can get a better, so it goes in straight and I can get the key in there in order to get this off. So now I'm gonna have to try something else, because I really don't want to take this stabilizer bar loose, because the bolt on it is so rusted. I don't want to break that off and then I have to buy more parts. But it's hitting right here, which sucks. So now I'm gonna have to figure out something else to get that tie rod in off. Alright guys, so now that we got her loose, now we can start unscrewing it counterclockwise. There we go, she's out. Alright, now that we got our old one out, we're gonna get the new one, put it next to it, and make sure it measures its same length. It looks right about the same. So we're good on this one. So now we're gonna put this back in, tighten it up to 75 foot-pounds. Alright guys, so the new inner and outer tie rods that I ordered were actually the wrong ones. And when I ordered the first ones, it said all models, right, for my truck. Well, when you order these, you got to make sure it says on the description, make sure it says two-wheel drive or rear wheel drive. Just because it said all models, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to fit your car. So they corrected it for me, and I just received it back about a week later. So these are my new ones. That's the outer tie rod. That's the other part number right there. Hopefully you guys can see that. Right there. And then here are the inners. Hopefully you guys can see the numbers. Alright, this is the first ones I ordered. See, this one has a little, like a rubber boot right there. I'm gonna get my old inner. Look like the same, but you guys can see, this is my original one. That's the new one. That's a lot thinner than this. See how wide that one is? That's why I had, that's the difference I seen. So these are different. I don't know for what model this will be, but it said for all models it's not gonna work on mine. So this is the one that should work, but this is the original old one. And here's the other one. That's the one I ordered. This is one of the first ones that I ordered. Came with the kit. Alright. This is the new one that I just got. Hopefully you guys can see the difference. So this is the one I need. This is the one that set all models. So when you guys order these, make sure you read and make sure it says two-wheel drive, or if it's all four-wheel drive. There's a difference. So this one did say two-wheel drive, so this is the right one. I might as well show you the inner tie rod of the one I just received today. See? This is the right one. So we're good. Put these on and get this work done. Alright guys, before I put the inner in, I'll put a little bit of blue Loctite in there. Right in the threads. I'll put it on both sides. Just like that. Screw that in clockwise. Once that's up, screw all the way in, put your tool in, and you're going to torque that to 75 foot-pounds. If you have the tool. If you don't have the tool, snug it real good so you know for sure it's not going to come out. So I'll put the tool in, hold it right there, and put the little C key behind it, lock it in, and then we can torque it to 75 foot-pounds. So I'm going to use my old boot still. There's no cracks on there or anything. So you're going to have to use a zip tight. I used 2 on this one because I don't have a longer zip tie, so I'm going to use this one. Just set it in there and it just sits there. Just like that. And then once you slide it in, you got to make sure it falls all the way in. And there's a little tube. It's going to go in here. Make sure that's in there. That's what I'm going to do right now. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see, but it needs to slide in here. Just like that. The back side you guys won't be able to see, but I have to line up the hole with the little tube that goes all the way across to the passenger side. So I'm gonna try to get that lined up and I'll get back with you guys. See, that fell right in there, but you still got to put the little tube in the back. It's gonna be a little hard because I can't see. Let me see if you guys can see from this angle. Hopefully. I'm trying to get the little tube to show. Well, hopefully you guys can see, but there's a little tube right there. Maybe you can see it moving around right here, right there. So I'm just gonna put it inside that little hole on the boot. Make sure it slides in. There we go. Yeah, that's in the boot. Now we gotta slide that over. The whole thing's in. Now we can tighten up the zip tie. Alright, that ain't gonna go nowhere. And now we got this excess zip tie. And there you have it, guys, for the back. Here, nice and zip tie, ain't going nowhere. Now we're gonna come to the Other side, and we're gonna put a zip tie on this one too, right here, so it doesn't go anywhere. All right, guys, so let's put the zip tie on this other end. Get that baby off, excess. Before we put in the tie rod in, we have to put our jam nut in, or screw it in. Move it all the way back. Not all the way back, but just move it back. Now we're gonna count the turns on this. So it was 21 turns. So when you first get the first, when it grabs, start counting. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Got 21 turns. So now I'm gonna remove this castle nut. Just gonna leave it like that for now. Remove the castle nut. Move your knuckle in. Line it up. Right there. Put your castle nut in. Alright guys, once you get your cotter pin in, you're gonna torque this down to 48 foot-pounds, and that's gonna be a 19 millimeter. Alright, once you hear the little click, now you're going to grab your cotter pin and put it inside the little hole, and if it doesn't line up, give it another turn till the hole lines up, so you can put your cotter pin in. Alright, now we're golden. Push one way and the other one the other way. Alright guys, now we got our cotter pin in. Now we're gonna tighten up this jam nut. And then we're gonna snug this real good so it doesn't move. I'm gonna use a 16 millimeter to hold the outer tie rod so it doesn't move on me. I mean, it's gonna move like that, but actually you don't even need to hold it. Alright guys, so we're gonna tighten up this jam nut. We're gonna snug it in real good so it doesn't move. And I'm using a 22 millimeter for the jam nut. That should be good enough. Snug it real good to make sure it's not gonna come out. There we go. Alright guys, now we gotta put our little grease, Zerk, and put some grease, and we're done for the on the driver's side. And the tool I'm using is a 7 millimeter for this Zerk. Just like that. I'll grab my grease gun. I'm gonna grab my grease gun, put some grease in here, and we should be good to go. Just like that, guys. We see a little belly, little love handle right here stick out. Should be good to go. Alright guys, now that I'm all done with the driver's side, I'm gonna start on the passenger side, get that all done. I hope this helped you guys out. Please subscribe to my channel, help me hit 1,000, and let's keep moving. The rest of this video is gonna be in time lapse. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, down in the description will be the part numbers for the inner and outer tie rod ends through Detroit Axle. And I'll see you guys in the next one.